In mid-March 2025, the United States faced one of its most destructive tornado outbreaks in recent history. Between March 13th and 16th, a combination of extreme weather conditions created the perfect storm for tornadoes to form across multiple states. Over these 4 days, 118 tornadoes were confirmed, causing widespread devastation in their path. Communities were left reeling, lives were upended, and the scale of destruction was a stark reminder of the raw power of nature. But what exactly caused this outbreak? How did it unfold, and why was it so destructive? Today we'll break down the events of this historic tornado outbreak, exploring the science behind it, the areas affected, and the human impact. Tornado outbreaks like this don't happen by accident. They're the result of a perfect combination of atmospheric factors. In early March 2025, meteorologists noticed something unusual. A massive low-pressure system was moving across the central United States, pulling in warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico. At the same time, cold, dry air from the north collided with this warm air. This created extreme instability in the atmosphere. Wind patterns added another layer of danger. Strong wind shear, which is a sudden change in wind direction and speed with height, meant that any storm that formed had the potential to rotate and spawn tornadoes. By March 13th, conditions were set. Forecasters issued warnings, but the sheer number of storms and their rapid development made it difficult to predict exactly where the tornadoes would strike. The outbreak began in the southern states, including Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. On March 13th, tornado watches were issued for large parts of the region. By afternoon, the first tornadoes touched down. Most were rated EF1 to EF2, which can cause significant damage to homes, vehicles, and infrastructure. But some storms intensified quickly, reaching EF3 strength. Communities reported widespread power outages and structural damage. Local emergency services were stretched thin, responding to multiple incidents simultaneously. Residents took shelter, but the speed and unpredictability of the storms made the situation extremely dangerous. Smart CTA number 1. If you're watching this from an area prone to tornadoes, take a moment now to review your emergency plan. Know your safe place, keep emergency supplies ready, and stay informed through local alerts. By the end of March 13th, dozens of tornadoes had been reported, leaving a trail of destruction that foreshadowed the even more intense storms to come. March 14th marked the most destructive day of the outbreak. Tornadoes spread across the Midwestern states, including Missouri, Illinois, and Indiana. Meteorologists describe the storm system as highly volatile. The combination of extreme wind shear, warm air, and rapid storm development created conditions for strong, long-track tornadoes. Some tornadoes traveled more than 50 miles, destroying everything in their paths. Entire towns reported severe damage. Schools, homes, and businesses were leveled. Vehicles were thrown, power lines were downed, and highways became impassable. Emergency services worked tirelessly to rescue trapped residents and provide aid. The National Weather Service documented several EF4 tornadoes capable of devastating entire neighborhoods. The death toll and injuries were high, and communities faced weeks of recovery ahead. Smart CTA number 2, tornadoes can happen fast. Consider signing up for mobile alerts and NOAA weather radios to stay ahead of dangerous storms. Preparation saves lives. By nightfall, states across the Midwest were assessing damage, and forecasters warned that more tornadoes were possible over the next 2 days. March 15th, the outbreak continues. Even after 2 days of tornadoes, the outbreak wasn't over. On March 15th, storms moved northeast into Kentucky, Ohio, and Tennessee. Some tornadoes were weaker, but others regained strength, tearing through rural and suburban areas. Communities faced not just damage, but power outages, blocked roads, and flash flooding from heavy rain. Emergency shelters filled quickly, and volunteers, along with Red Cross teams and local authorities, worked to provide food, water, and medical care to those in need. On March 16th, tornadoes moved into northern states like Michigan and Pennsylvania. Fewer tornadoes were reported, but heavy storms still caused flooding and property damage. Across 10 states, the impact of 118 confirmed tornadoes was staggering. Entire communities had to rebuild, and emergency responders faced one of the largest recovery efforts in recent memory. Damage reached billions of dollars, with thousands of homes destroyed and tens of thousands left temporarily homeless. While agencies and insurers acted quickly, the emotional toll on families was immense. Experts now view this outbreak as historic, emphasizing the importance of early warnings, preparedness, and awareness of extreme weather. The March 13-16 to 2025 tornado outbreak was unlike anything seen in recent years. Over just 4 days, 118 tornadoes tore through parts of the country, far more than what usually happens in a single outbreak. The storms didn't just stay in one region, they stretched from the deep south all the way to the northern Midwest. Some tornadoes traveled dozens of miles, leaving long tracks of destruction in their wake. And because this happened in March, which is still early in tornado season, meteorologists called it an unusually powerful and early outbreak. Scientists continue to study the event to understand how all these conditions came together and to improve forecasting for the future. Amid all the destruction, remarkable stories of survival and resilience emerged. Families huddled in storm shelters as tornadoes ripped through their neighborhoods, while neighbors checked on one another, clearing debris and helping anyone trapped in damaged homes. First responders risked their lives rescuing people from overturned vehicles and collapsed buildings. Despite the devastation, communities came together, showing that even in the face of nature's worst, human courage and cooperation can shine through. The 2025 tornado outbreak is a powerful reminder that tornadoes can strike suddenly and with little warning. Having an emergency plan, staying informed with reliable weather alerts, knowing where to find shelters, and keeping basic supplies like food, water, and medicine ready can make all the difference. While we can't stop tornadoes, being prepared and acting quickly can save lives, proving that even when nature is at its most unpredictable, human foresight and resilience can stand strong. In the weeks after the outbreak, communities began rebuilding. Debris was cleared, temporary housing was set up, and schools and businesses reopened. Aid from federal and state agencies, along with non-profits, helped families recover and restore homes and infrastructure. Despite the challenges, the disaster brought people together, showing the strength of human resilience and collective effort. The March 13 to 16, 2025 tornado outbreak was historic, with 118 tornadoes across multiple states. Amid the destruction, stories of survival and community support highlight the resilience of the human spirit. While tornadoes can't be prevented, preparation, response, and cooperation make a life-saving difference, reminding us that nature is powerful, but humanity can endure and rebuild. If you found this story important, hit the like button, subscribe for more in-depth coverage of natural disasters, and turn on notifications so you're always updated on major events around the world. Knowledge and awareness can help save lives.